Good morning, my dear students, and I welcome you back to the English online classes. Today, as we have completed the chapter Ailing Planet, I will proceed on to the poem which I have included in your midterm examination, and this will be the last of the portion. And the poem that I have selected is The Voice of the Rain by Walt Whitman. A very beautiful poem. And in this poem, a very beautiful message has been rendered, or you can say that the poet has tried to impart a very beautiful message to all its reader, and the message is unconditional love, to be a giver rather than a taker. The rain in this world, if we see about maximum all the relation that exist, they are existing out of mutual dependence, asking for something, giving for something. But there are some relations which do exist without expecting, so it is about no expectations. Now when we talk about the rain, what is the importance of rain in our life? I don't think that I have to explain to class 11 students the importance of rain. You just imagine the places where it don't rain a year, what happens? Drought. There is a kind of a life which people cannot even imagine. Starvation, hunger, people die. There are many things which happens. That is the importance of rain in we people and our life. And moreover, what this rain does, you might think that it just falls from the top, that's all. So what's great in that? No, it's not that. This rain, when it falls down, it does a numerous thing that we will read in this poem, we'll try to understand. And this poem, The Voice of the Rain, basically you can say that the poetic device which is used here is personification. I hope you all know what poetic devices are. The poetic devices are used by the poets for expressing various aspects of the poem. It can be personification, it can be simile, it can be a metaphor, it can be a repetitive, it can be an alliteration, anything it can be. Here, the poet has used the personification as one of the poetic device, as well as at one place we can see even metaphor as well. The voice of the rain means the rain's talk, or you can say that it is the voice of the rain that is going to talk to us. Strange, no? Yeah, it is strange. But let us see what she wants to say to us. So, The Voice of the Rain by Walt Whitman. And who art thou? Said I to the soft falling shower, which, strange to tell, gave me an answer, as here translated. I am the poem of earth, said the voice of the rain. Eternal I rise, impalpable, out of the land and the bottomless sea, upward to heaven, whence, vagely formed, altogether changed, and yet the same. I descend to lave the draughts, atomies, dust layers of the globe, and all that in them without me were seeds only, latent, unborn, and forever, by day and night, I give back life to my own origin and make pure and beautify it. The lines in the bracket. For song issuing from its birthplace, after fulfillment wandering, reckoned or unreckoned, duly with love returns. Now let's see the poem line by line. Now here the poet has used personification and has turned the rain into a person. Okay, into a living being who is going to talk to another person, and that another person is the poet. So we are going to see some conversation between them, and let's see what is it about. "And who art you?" said I to the soft falling shower. I here is the poet, Walt Whitman. Soft falling shower means it was just drizzling, means only little rain was there and slowly it was falling down. So that's why it is said soft falling shower, means it was just drizzling, not heavy rain was there. And the poet, he asked a question to the soft falling shower, to that rain he asked a question. What was the question? "And who art thou? Who are you?" he asked to the rain. When he asked to the rain, "Who are you?" What is the next line it tells about? "Which, strange to tell, gave me an answer, as here translated." Why it is said strange to tell? Obviously, if you stand outside and you can see the water falling down, means it's raining, and you just ask to those raindrops, "Who are you?" And if that raindrop speaks back to you, gives back an answer to you, won't it be strange? Yes, it will be strange. It will be surprised moment for you. So here also the poet says that which, strange to tell, means which is very mysterious and very strange to tell, but gave me an answer. That rain gave an answer to the poet's question, that is, "Who are you?" And the poet says that what the rain said, I am translating it and giving you here so that you can understand. Now the poem. "I am the poem of earth," said the voice of the rain. I am the poem of earth. Metaphor is the device used over here. The voice of the rain said that I am the poem of earth. मैं इस धरती की कविता हूँ. It's not that it is actually a poem, but it is showing as us all the importance, or you can say the weightage of the rain for the earth. Means it is telling us how the poem brings color to the life of a poet as well as to its reader. In the same way, it is the poem of the earth, it brings color to the earth or life to the earth. Now further it says, voice of the rain is talking to us, "Eternal I rise impalpable out of the land and the bottomless sea." This line is talking about its origin, its birth. Okay, rain is telling from where I am taking birth. Eternal, my dear children, when we talk about eternal, eternal is something heavenly. Okay, something heavenly. But here, for this poem, eternal means continuously, non-stoppable. Okay, unstoppable, the one which cannot be stopped. So it says that eternal I rise, continuously I rise, I go up. Impalpable, impalpable, without any interference, means unstoppable I am, and no one can stop. So eternal, continuously I rise, I go up, without any stop, without any interference, without any obstacles. From where, out of the land and the bottomless sea. So the birthplace of rain is what? Land and bottomless sea. When it evaporates from the land also, and bottomless, why? Because the end of the sea is not known. So it is said bottomless sea. The next line. Upward to heaven. Now where it is going? Upward to heaven, whence visually formed, altogether changed, and yet the same. Upward to heaven. We all know that heaven, we all have been told that heaven is up, heaven and hell both. Here heaven means sky, that upwards. So after rising from the land and the bottomless sea, unstoppable and continuously, the rain says that I go upwards towards the sky. Whence? Whence means where. There, that place, huh? Wahan, where. Visually formed, altogether changed, and yet the same. Visually formed means there I am taking a indefinite shape. I am taking a indefinite shape means what I am forming, it is very vague, means it is not clear, it is not having a proper shape. Altogether changed and yet the same. Little odd, no? Altogether same, altogether changed and yet the same. How could it be changed and same together? Now let me tell you. Actually, in science, in your lower classes, you have studied water cycle. Frankly speaking, we people are studying about water cycle over here. That same water cycle is in a poetic way. Now you see, from down from the land and bottomless sea, how water goes up. When it evaporates, gaseous form, it goes up. And up when it goes, when you look up towards the sky, what you can see over there? Clouds. Clouds are having any definite shape? No. That's why that particular phrase, visually formed, means unclear, not very clear shapes. And altogether changed and yet the same. Down when it was in the liquid form, it was water. When it turned into gas and raised up, it was still water. When it went up and condensed and formed the cloud, it is still water. So though down it was liquid, mid it was gas, on top it became solid, means cloud, still the content is the same, that is water. Then it says, now her duty. I descend, here I is not the poet but the rain. I descend to lave the draughts, atomies, dust layers of the globe. Descent means coming down, falling down. Lave, washing. Globe, earth. So, I descend to lave the draughts, atomies, dust layers of the globe. I hope I will be clear now after explaining the meaning of the words. I fall down to wash or clean the draughts, atomies, dust layers of the earth. Yes, when water goes up, rises up, form a cloud over there, and after that, when she condenses and comes down, what happens? That raindrops, when fall on the earth, it cleans, it washes. It washes what? All the drought, sukha, atomies, the tiny particles, and dust, dhool, which is there over the globe or on the earth, and all that in them. Without me were seeds only, latent, unborn, and all that in them. Now here again one more duty has been said, that what else happens when rain falls on the earth. And all that in them, without me were seeds only. Without me means absence of rain. All that in them here is soil, earth's soil. Now you see the entire line. And all that in them, without me were seeds only, latent, unborn. If I don't fall to the earth, all the seeds which were there in the soil of the earth would have remained latent. Latent means hidden, unborn, ungerminated. Did you get it? It means that in the absence of the rain, what will happen to the seeds which are under the soil? They will remain there only, latent, hidden, and not born, means not germinated. And forever by day and night, I give back life to my own origin. So she says that, and I don't see the time by day and night, means continuous. It has been showed that continuously she does this. The rain continuously doing the work. What work she's doing? I give back life to my own origin. My own origin means from where I have taken birth, I am giving back life to the same without seeing day and night. I just fall, I just wash, I just give life to the seeds. This is what she says. And make pure and beautified. What it turns earth into, it purifies earth and it also beautifies earth. So, this is what is the work of the rain. This is what rain does to earth. She washes the drought, she washes the atomies, she washes the dust particles, she helps the seeds to germinate, she falls day and night on earth, and she purifies earth and she beautifies also. So these are all the things that she does for her birthplace, from where she has originated, and she went up, formed the cloud over there, and after she came down as raindrops. The last two lines, which are given in the bracket, they are given over there because they are not part of the poem, but they have been given over there at the last to just draw a kind of a parallel comparison between rain and song. Now here see, rain, you can see that she goes up, she comes down, and when she comes down, she don't expect from anyone that when I come down you jump out of joy or you do something very big for me, or she never says that, oh, you won't do anything for me, I will not fall down. Means it's not at all selfish, it's unconditional. She only learned to give. In return, she's not expecting anything from anyone. And the same thing the song does. Now you see, for song issuing from its birthplace after fulfillment wandering. Birthplace is which place for song? Obviously, singer, musician, the lyrist, the composer, they are the one who are the one responsible for the birth of a song, for the creation of a song, isn't it? So, for song issuing from its birthplace means rising from its birthplace, from where it has originated. After fulfillment, wandering means wanders everywhere. Yeah, song, it wanders in the air, from one ear to other, from one mouth to another. It just wander. Reckoned or unreckoned, noticed or unnoticed. Not necessary that everyone may like it. Some may like it, some may not. Some may like 50%, some may like 70, some may like 90, some may not like at all. But whether noticed or unnoticed, duly with love returns. She just wanders, do her duty, and come back to the same place from where she had taken birth. So that's why it is written, duly with love returns. Filled with love, she comes back without getting angry on anyone who even don't like her. So the same thing our rain also does. She races up, goes up, and then she comes down without any kind of expectation. So my dear students, our life is also the same. Definitely we humans are more selfish, but remember, there is a different kind of a joy in giving and doing good for others with no expectations in it. I understand that sometimes we do get angry. Sometimes when the things don't work out and we see that what we have done is not appreciated, not welcomed, or people don't like it, definitely we feel let down, we feel broken, we feel angry. That are all parts of life. But then that must not stop you from doing good for others. Because life is also like a cycle. And somewhere I have read, do good and it comes back as blessings for us. So remember, many a times we have to do things without expectations. Maybe we might not become like a rain or like a song, but still We must learn to live our life in a way doing good for others how much we can. And in this way, the poem, The Voice of the Rain, comes to an end. Let's have a little quick discussion of the questions which are there. Here, the first question is, there are two voices in the poem. Who do they belong to? Which line indicates this? Can you tell which line? Yeah, the very first line. Who are those two voices? Which are those two voices? Yeah, first voice, two voices, in which one voice is that of the poet and the other one is of rain. It's the voice of the rain, and it's the answer for the first question, that is, who do they belong to? They belong to the poet and the voice and the rain. Then which lines indicate this? The very first line. You have to write down that line in double quotes, that is, and who are thou, dash dash dash, soft falling shower. Like that, you have to write down the answer. Now the next question is, what does the phrase strange to tell mean? What I told you, what does it mean? The phrase strange to tell means that when the rain gave answer to poet's question, poet was surprised and he felt it to be very strange to disclose to someone or to share with someone. That's why he said strange to tell. Next question is, there is a parallel drawn between rain and music. Which words indicate this? Explain the similarity between the two. Which one is that? Yeah, the last two lines of the poem is used to draw a parallel between rain and music. So you can just say, for song dash 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 duly or with love returns are the words which are used to draw the parallel line between rain and music. Now, what is the similarity between the two? The similarity between the two is what? First, rain, without any expectation, she falls back to the earth with an intention to wash, to help the seeds to germinate, day and night falling back, making earth pure and beautiful. Song, at the other hand, rises from its birthplace, wanders, people like or not, notice or not, moves about, does her duty, and comes back to its birthplace. So that's the similarity between the two. Without any expectation, they both do their or discharge their duties. How is the cyclic movement of rain brought out in the poem? Compare it with what you have learnt in science. As I told you, the water cycle. The only thing is that in science, you people have learned the water cycle in a very, you can say that very practical manner. Practical not, you can say that in a very theoretical manner, like how the water evaporates and then it turns into a gaseous form and then it goes up, then it turns into a cloud, and then how it condenses, and then after that how it falls down when the temperature becomes when the temperature changes and falls down as raindrops. That is how the theory is being studied in science. But in our poem, it is little poetic, more beautiful, and how it has been expressed to us that unstoppable, it goes up and then forms shapeless form it takes, not changing its content, and then how it comes down and it washes, beautify and purify the planet earth. Why are the last two lines put within bracket? This is question number 5. What I told you during the time of explanation, why it is given in the bracket? Yes, it is given in the bracket because they are not the part of the poem. I mean to say, the poem is consisting of 3, 6, 9 lines. Okay, so out beside this 9 lines, these 2 lines which are given at the end, these 2 lines are not part of this 9, but they are given over there in the bracket because they have been used over here just to draw a parallel comparison between rain and song. Now list the pair of opposites found in the poem. Now opposites, if you want to see, let's go to the poem back from the top. When we come here, once you might think that land and bottomless sea can be, but no, we will not take that. And here we can say changed, same. Then the next one can be day and night. Then the other one can be rise and descent. Rise means going up and descent means coming down. And then lastly we can have reckoned or unreckoned. That itself is its opposite, noticed or unnoticed. So these are the various questions, and as I have told you in the previous poem also, that for poems I will not give you any kind of extra questions. You have to read the stanzas, the various lines very carefully of the poems. And here I have completed the portion of your midterm examination, and through broadcast I will be sending you some questions. First of all, extra questions I'll be sending, and some questions I'll be sending which you may please go through peacefully. And for the MCQ, you already have an idea that how MCQ questions are coming from within the textbook, from between the chapters it will be coming. So you have to thoroughly prepare all the chapters, even the poem as well. And one value based question will be there for you, as I have already sent you the PDF. Have already sent you the syllabus. In that, value based question is also there. Now what is a value based question? I would like to take a little time of yours. When it comes to value based question, uh, remember that when a statement comes in the value based question, first of all in the answer you are supposed to write down from which chapter this statement is taken and by whom that chapter or poem is being written. From poem very rarely the value based comes, it comes from the prose or the chapter only. And then you have to mention the basic theme of that chapter, what the chapter is telling you, and then that statement with regard to the context, what is the matter of the chapter, with regard to that, what that statement is trying to tell, that elaborate explanation you have to do. Generally it comes for 120 to 125 words. So remember, my dear students, when value based question comes, it is very necessary that you must first mention the chapter name, if possible even the textbook chapter name, then the writer of the chapter, then what is the theme of that chapter, or what is the moral being rendered, and then with regard to what situation that statement is taken, and an elaborate explanation of that with regard to the context. Okay, this is how the value based question is to be answered. So I'll give you just a sample question paper. I'll send you through the broadcast one, that how it will be. An unseen passage. Unseen passage is not supposed to be practiced that much, because unseen means the one you haven't seen ever, and you are going to write down an answer from it. So it will be little MCQ, little short answer, very short answer. And very short answer, when I say, it can be either one word or it can be only one small sentence of maybe a few words, like 6 to 8 words. That way it can be. So how short you can write down the answer, to the point, that only you are supposed to write down for the unseen passage. Now I hope that you might have got a clear picture of what I had given to you. So MCQ 20 marks from your textbook anywhere, whatever syllabus has been given to you, read thoroughly. Then 20 marks is subjective. As I had given you, subjective means it will be question answers definitely. And my dear students, I have been telling you from my very first video that I might give you the extra questions. I'm discussing the questions of the lessons which are given over there, the questions, but don't expect the same questions to be there, because you people have to get ready for your board examination. After 1 year you will be giving board examination. So because of that reason, you must have your own creativity, you must have your own imagination and writing power, you must use it. So because of that reason, no answers from my side. Questions also, what I had given to you, maybe the questions in the examination may differ from that. But then you have to read the lesson. Again and again, I'm repeating the same thing. Read the lesson carefully so that if any question comes from anywhere, you are able to answer it. Be careful about all these things which I have said, and within one or 2 days, you will be receiving all the datas in your number through the broadcast. Okay, till then, goodbye and take care.